What's going on, world? It's your boy. Oh, wait a minute. Are we up? All right. What's up? What's up, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. And this is Big Games BS, part of Den Media Group, presented by alphacliniconline.com. Go to alphacliniconline.com. Go check your levels, man. Hormone levels a little low, a little off. Gotta get you guys right, man. Gotta get everybody feeling good, doing things the right way, getting after it, being energetic. Inside the world's greatest cigar lounge, Goodfellas Cigar Lounge, having at a show. Damn, has it been a week? Yeah, last Wednesday. Because we didn't do Friday because I had technical difficulties. And then Monday we did a special edition TRL Jones interview. We'll go through all those things right there. But make sure you guys getting very, very, very hormonal. Make sure you go to Alpha Clinic Online, man. Just it's time to get those things checked, guys. I'm tired of y'all. I'm tired of all the bitching and moaning and all the different things that we have going on. Like, just vibe. That is the key to life. Just vibe. Trying to think, man, how we start this off. Housekeeping. Oh, excuse me. Damn. That young got me right there, bro. Oh, that's why I can't do what I need. So we're not 459 away. We're at 400, might be at 3 something though. Where we at? 5,629 followers. Subscribers. So that means we are about 371 away from 6,000. Still too far away. Would love to be able to get this thing to that next level. Want to be able to give you guys this money, man. And just show you all the love that we got. T Floyd, what up, T Floyd? Shoot, that just made me think too about fans being hormonal, man. Like, my nephew, I call him nephew because I'm too old. Like my William Floyd. What's Barnard's son name? Shit, I forgot nephew name, but he entered Jaden Floyd hit the portal, and people bitching about that. My guy's a walk-on, man. He just is a Seminole. It's like Trey going to Florida, walking on to Florida State, getting his scholarship, like, so becoming a Noah for life, and just saying, you know what I want to do for my last year or two? I just want to go somewhere where I can actually be a major contributor on the field. Like, people like hating on everything, don't even know what the deal is, but you just made me think about that. But we're going to go into the craziness of the portal as we're trying to get people to follow, like people who are on X. I appreciate you guys listening and watching on X. Please take a chance to leave X, come to YouTube, click the subscribe button, consider becoming a member. We'll go over these the perks of membership and subscribing here as I go and try to read off this thing, because can't see it right there, but y'all can, so that's all that matters. But once we get to 6,000, we'll do a $500 giveaway, member giveaway. Excuse me, $500 giveaway to anybody listening. Then we'll do a member giveaway, $100 and one for likes. Once we get to 7,000, we'll give away $500, then $200 number of likes. We'll also donate it. We'll give a brick from Doak Campbell Stadium. 8,000, the 500, 300 number of likes. 9,000, $500 $400 number of likes. Once we get to 10,000, we will give away $1,000. We'll do a $100 giveaway, the number of likes, plus a pair of season tickets if the 10,000 subs comes before football season. There's nobody else offering anything like that. Basically, everybody that y'all rock with, everybody that y'all listen to, doesn't do anything of the sort. So again, just trying to make sure people get the love. It's also where the truth gets told. It's one of the craziest things, like right now and for the next couple recruiting cycles, I'm going to be able to give you the rough, raw, and rugged when it comes to different recruits. Shout out to Jeff Hill for gifting 5 memberships. Oh yeah, memberships also. Just remember, we got tons of giveaways for members. We've got we have the members only fantasy football league that we're about to about to put up. We got the weekly pick'em for college football and for NFL. We've also got what else we do? A whole bunch of other shit for members. So, members also get perks. So we'll see those here. Matter of fact, Miles, before we get into the TRL Jones interview, click on one of those has what the members got the hookup for, like members who needed hotel rooms. It said, sorry, there, housekeeping. You had it up. Members got housekeeping. Members get hookups on hotel. This is what they got. They all got welcome packages in their room. Like, dear Mr. Coleman, it is our pleasure to welcome you back to the Aloft Tallahassee downtown. If there's anything our staff can do to enhance your stay, please do not hesitate to ask. We also included a bar card for your enjoyment. They had some snacks. They had some other things. They also had the guys grab a couple other different things, the guys were telling me about how much they got hooked up. So membership has its perks. We have hotel rooms at the team hotel during the season. So you can be able to go there. So $375 a night during the season. But I also got some other rooms that I've got scheduled out for Labor Day. So if you're members, holla at me. I'm gonna make sure you're taken care of, make sure you're squared away. Membership is $3.99 all the way up to all in with hundreds. So I mean, with that's $100 a month. Shout out to my guy Fatal Jedi. I do have that brick for you, sir. You're going to get hooked up for being a all-in member from the onset. So shout out to him. Polo Kid put, I wish these other FSU sites stress leaving these kids alone on social media when they make personal decisions. It's different when it's your job and you've never had to go through. Like, there's a kid who I'm trying to make sure we get that interview secured. Family's pretty cool. I'm just not about to, I don't sweat people. So, when you out here just sweating these kids, it gets weird, but they're doing the job. Everybody's got a job to do. I'm probably going to try to do something where, with me and Tremel are going to do a spring wrap up, and then Tremel is going to have a weekly, kind of like not a biography, but a weekly thing showing his Elite 11 experience, showing all these other different things. So cannot wait for that. So actually, speaking of Tremel, we have the TRL Jones interview that is up there, where if you want to hear from his own words, like, he talks about what it was like, why he went to UF, where he stands with Florida State. We should have a Jamie French one coming up here soon, Drake Stubbs. And we got a ton of talent at Mandarin High School where we're going to continue to try to bring out these things like this. I think it's something in your YouTube. It picks people randomly, but you have to be able to accept the membership. So it will click you if all 5 haven't been given out. Most of the people who are listening live right now are members. Make sure you click that like button as well. On my bad, he already did get the gift. Seminole Old School, appreciate you. Irvin Williams, Freddie Marshall, Christopher Counts, Morris Simmons. Shout out to y'all for all becoming new members of Den Media Group. So on to the next thing, Miles. We had our sick. I guess it was, how do you do this? Because it's the 7th year, but we had to stop it because of COVID. But it's the 6th one, so I can't say it's the 6th annual because we had one broke. Whatever. The 6th annual family reunion tailgate. You see who stops by our tailgates. Shout out to Michael Alford. Man, Miles. Actually, I wish I would have had you come, Miles. Would have been great. Since we didn't have nobody really videotaping and filming that we were supposed to. But his wife makes the best chocolate chip cookies you'll ever eat in your life. I ate one, and I just ate one out of because she made them, but I wasn't really expecting them to be as good as they were. They were really fucking good. Shout out to Mike Alford. I can see why you got you a real one right there, Mike Alford. But he came through, hung out, shook people's hands, kissed babies, talked. That's a power move. It was great. They're fellowshipping with him, talking to him. And, a lot of times they say they're going to come and you never know. This man, and on top of it, I fucked up. Well, I didn't know they fucked up, but I fucked up at the same time. So at the end of the day, it falls on me, right? I've been saying lot 5 for 6 years. All of a sudden, it's lot 6. Somebody wrong. I couldn't have been that wrong for this long, right? Like, is that how this works? Like, so technically we were in lot 6 and he didn't see us in lot 5. So he called me. So yes, I have the athletic director's phone. I don't have Mike Norvell's phone number, but I have Mike Alford's phone number. We got to change that, Mike. Well, not you, Mike Alford. You keep that same number. Mike Norvell, I need to get your number, dog. We need to make sure we connected, dog. But he came through. Freddie did an amazing job. The food was on time. I think that's like, yeah, that was pretty impressive, man. Like, I mean, like the food was like we literally had food ready to eat at 12:30-ish. Because we all were tired, was a little slow to the gate. So outside of that, it was good things going on. I like when people do the right thing, finally. Shout out to the Heisman Trust. We were joking, unfortunately, O.J. Simpson passed not too long ago, and the Heisman Trust put out a statement. And we were like, you can do all of that. Like, not just the murder, because I'm starting to believe. Have you heard the other conspiracy about the O.J. Simpson thing outside of it being his son?
No.
So apparently, a few years after her death, right, they found out Nicole Brown Simpson's handyman that had just done work in her house ended up being like the lover time serial killer or something like that. Like, he had a string of people that he had been killing. And so it's like so many things that like really start to like I thought OJ did it, right? And I just was, forgive me, people. I was just cheering because this kind of shit doesn't happen normally. Like, Emmett Till didn't do anything and died. But like when you find out that his son had literally just stabbed his boss and had a knife set.
I did not know. Wow.
We read that on the show.
Oh, that's right.
Like, we read that about how his son was the thing. And then the handyman being the serial. It's a lot of people, like, because again, OJ bad hip, arthritis, can't fight like he used to. Ron Goldman's like was a jujitsu master. And it also showed that he had marks on his hand from fighting. And OJ had no marks on his body. So it was a lot of things that just, okay, I'm gonna put it like this. Murder Ray might not have killed those people in that limousine, but he knew somebody. He know who did, and he just didn't snitch. So, anyways, so whatever. The Heisman Trust, we know OJ, we at least know OJ stole his, even this, he got arrested for kidnapping and burglary for stealing his stuff back. And even he got hit with the legal definition of kidnapping. Technically, Miles, like if I grabbed you from this room and I took you outside of this room and you said it was against your will, I kidnapped you.
Okay, like in that stuff.
Yeah, it's like you can't take somebody and forcibly remove them from one place. I think it has to be like a certain, that might be too. No, it has to be a certain amount of feet. That's how they got him on the kidnapping. And it was kind of like, okay, we got him now. He dodged the first thing. But like, anyways. The Heisman Trust, he did something. And the Heisman Trust, they honored him. Yeah, like it's just OJ's like OJ still just, I don't know. I will keep my eye on OJ. But they did that, and then they were still holding Reggie Bush hostage. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Reggie Bush has now officially been given, they're giving him his Heisman Trophy back. And this is great. It warms my soul. He deserves it. He did not deserve to be in that. Reggie Bush is getting his 2005 Heisman Trophy back, ESPN has learned, with the formal reinstatement of the trophy coming today. The decision comes amid what the Heisman Trust calls enormous changes in the college football landscape. Now, if we could just give Bobby Bowden his wins back, reinstate him as the all-time winningest coach, I think we'll be good. All will be right with the world. I may not ask for the NCAA to be dismantled, but yeah. So that's that. On to the next. Yeah, we already got that. I'll click on the quotes. So I think I've been to California like once. They're gonna after New Orleans, they're gonna have 2 consecutive Super Bowls in California, and I'm contemplating not going to those, especially if this happens. So California, and they just passed some legislation that, and if you know what I just did when I went to the DR, they gave you my ticket, but they didn't put TSA pre. Now, luckily, it wasn't that bad, but I had to go through Gym Pop, and I don't like that. I like my I like TSA pre. I like being able to skip the lines, except for in Atlanta. For whatever reason, in Atlanta, it just TSA pre feels longer than your regular TSA. But they are getting rid of Clear and TSA. California could ban Clear, which lets travelers pay to skip the TSA lines. A new bill, the first of its kind in the U.S., would ban security screening company Clear from operating at California airports as lawmakers take aim at companies that let consumers pay to pass through securities ahead of travelers. It lets wealthier, let's be real. It's $85 fucking dollars for 5 years for TSA pre, man. Like that's like they're trying to lets wealthier people skip. Like it ain't really that bad. And when you think about it, it's worth every penny. It's why when people were like, you shouldn't use Face ID. Don't take the shot. They're gonna give you the chip if you get the nose test with the COVID. Like most of us don't have our fingerprints in a database. If you have an ID, if you have a passport, they already know everything about you. You might as well spend a little bit of extra bread to get this stuff, especially if you travel a lot. Like if you don't travel a lot, then sit your ass in that line. But for some of us who got shit to do, man, I don't want to because we're gonna go back to that's what it was. Yeah. So actually, I know what this is. This isn't about letting wealthier people skip. Nah, I think he meant it's 8. I think he put a 0 on there. It's not $850.
No, he said he would pay.
I'd pay. Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I'd have been like that Shannon said, that ain't no problem. That ain't no problem. Increase the price. I'm good. Matter of fact, actually, no, don't do that. Matter of fact, if I ever hear they're about to increase the price, I'm gonna go ahead and renew. Like my mom taught me that. Like she was like, they're gonna go up $50 a year on your registration. So I went on ahead and bought you the 2-year one. Like, go ahead and save the money now, so you don't got to pay it later. But I don't like now. I'm gonna have to go back to my grandmother's strategy. If I have to sit there, where you go to the airport for 3 hours before your flight. All they're trying to do when you're there that long, you know what you're going to do? Spend money. TSA pre allows me to cut my travel wait time down by an hour to an hour and a half. And I'm fine with that. People want to pay for convenience. And the wild part is all you need is one person in your party to have TSA pre to be able for everybody to get it.
That's great.
So like if I buy you a ticket and we're both on the same on the same flight thing, everybody who's on there gets TSA. Everybody on there gets that. It's at least with America and Delta. Actually, my boy didn't have it, and he bought our Delta tickets a couple years ago when I went to the game, and that's what I didn't even know that, young Seminole. Actually, that leads us into our MFTK moment. I did not know that. Young Seminole plus James, what do you think about Tennessee allowing teachers to conceal carry now? I don't understand that. We don't want teachers to teach our kids about real topics, but we trust them with guns. Like, do we ever hear like right now? The Senate passed the so it has to go to the House. The Senate passed the bill about banning TikTok. Like, they'll tell me that I should have more control over my kids at home, right? Like so what my kids have to learn. That's what we're fighting for. I should have to learn about my kids. I mean, I should be in charge of what my kids learn at home. And that's why we're forcing teachers and we're stopping teachers from saying simple shit. Yet they want to control what my kids learn at home. Like TikTok is up to me. Like TikTok, my son, I tell people, I joke with people all the time. My son learned about Jesus through TikTok. Like just because your son is finding transsexual midgets in TikTok, that says more about you. It's an algorithm. Somebody in your house is looking up transsexual midgets. That's why your son's seeing it. Like I'm not necessarily looking up Jesus, but like my son is going on there, they find stuff. And then I talk to my kids. Most of us don't talk to my kids, but going back to the premise of giving them guns, like we don't get like we have trained police officers that are afraid to go into an engagement when somebody goes to the school. You guys got to get rid of that good guy with a gun narrative. It doesn't happen anywhere near as often as what people think it does. When people start shooting, most people's natural reaction who aren't trained, and even those who are trained, is to start ducking. And no, I don't want them. I don't mind if a teacher has a gun in the parking lot. Like, and the other part of it is that means you have to change all the rules. Like, you can't right now. You can't have a gun on a high school on a public school campus. Like, I have to. You know how hard that is for somebody like me to have to always make sure that their gun isn't on them when they're dropping their kid off, because just in case. But you know, I don't know, Andre. I was just really just throwing up random shit like that people say their kids fine. But now, you know, Tennessee is back. Tennessee is they're not gonna stop you from molesting kids and marrying your cousins, but they're gonna also let teachers carry guns. They're worried about the more important shit. That's wild. So and again, Luke, they're not giving hard cash, they're giving old weapons caches which have a value on them. Like we're sending Ukraine more munitions and intelligence than we are sending them actual cash dollars. They just have to say it a certain way. Like we're not using those weapons, but a lot of it is giving us a lot of information for if there is ever a true World War III, we would know how to fight. We would not engage over here. We would definitely engage over there, and we definitely have a lot of intelligence on how to do that. But going to the next thing in the MFTK cycle, we got to our stuff. I think we're at MFTK. Yeah. So I want you to watch this because we're talking about football. This is a sports show. 4-star Penn State commitment going up against, I think, an Alabama commitment. Right. And people say we need to make the sport safer, so we outlaw certain hits. We play 7-on-7 where guys are in little shorts, um, sweating and glistening with little hats on, doing drills, being physical when they shouldn't be. And then we have this shit right here going on. So I want you to watch these guys engage with each other and tell me how this is making the game safer. Like it's safer to do shit with pads than this, but we're gonna allow kids to do this year round. So like so much could happen, hands could slip, hit somebody in the throat. But while we're doing this, let me just judge this. It's actually not bad technique. Who's the defense? So I'm assuming I would probably be sit back on my heels a little bit more if this is in pass pro. Let me read this. I want to see exactly what the drill is. I wouldn't recommend this drill without pads. That's just my opinion. I think it's very stupid. At least have them in shells. Okay, yeah. So this is a running back. This is pass pro and a running back drill. So give you guys some games so you can teach your kids this. So is it slow down? All right, push play. First thing he did was he stepped backwards. We don't want that false step. It's pass pro. We're not necessarily needed to be the aggressor. All we want to do is make sure we protect the inside. And so he does. on the inside. So, but look at that first. So first step, the left foot. Yeah, the left foot goes back, and he attacks the outside shoulder. Unless we're doing a rollout, we don't want to do that. We want to go in, attack the inside shoulder, and roll, push him. Even if he wants to go there, you're trying to force him or slow him from going on going to the inside of you. All right, go ahead. So this kid just wants to get his hand. Look at where his hands are. His hand placement. This is clearly a hold. Hands have to be inside. He is getting pushed back slow, so that gives the quarterback a chance. And because this commit is not, this other guy isn't very good at outside linebacker right now, at least at pass rusher moves. He's like not taking advantage of this guy. Actually, in fact, both of them are too high. But he pushes him outside, and that's good stuff. So in the end of the day, they don't call hold, which they should. He doesn't do a bad job, but we gotta get that coach up. Myself, this is why I don't. This is why I tell guys they shouldn't be participating in too many things. This doesn't make you tougher. This just gives you an opportunity to get injured. Look where his head hit. Like that could have been that's concussion waiting to happen. Going to the next. Oh, yeah. So basically, FSU spring game, everybody had a lot of things to say. The Pilgrims were a little upset. This old one. It says what's wild is well-known member. So old head. They probably one of the original War Chant message boards people. And they'll get hitting us with this, hey, you kids, get off my lawn. Was one, they said the atmosphere of the spring game. Yeah, definitely old Pilgrim. Was one big gangster rap concert. Variety is the spice of life, but that guy's never had such a big boombox to play his music on. This must be fixed. Got to the point where I really wanted to leave. It was played continuously, even when the play was happening. At Corey Clark, like it's guys, that music. And then there's all kinds of comments. Music's not for you guys. It's not for you. Um, Actually, David, but we need to legalize all drugs. Most drugs. I think once they legalize most of that shit, most of that stuff, nobody would care. Um, the guy, young Seminole, put that. I don't really, it's old as. It's not even just so much racist. It's old as fuck.
I'm with him. I don't like crazy stuff at all.
They didn't really play the music like that. Like they just people want. I want the marching chiefs as a marching chiefs fan and support. Shout out to my guy David. I don't want all that fucking chief shit. Sometimes I want to hear. I want to hear Young Dolph. Like that's what they play like the not the new rap, but like they play like the good kind of like new-ish. Like
I'm just a little disgusted after Quavo and Chris Brown.
they didn't play any of that. They didn't play any of that. But I thought they were talking about. I mean, like the thing is, here's what people put in there. They don't do what the boost. Like, I'd be mad as fuck. I'd be like, what do you? I like hip hop. And I'm a booster. Like, so, like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, do you just assume? What happens is this is the racist part. You just assume that all the money people like country. I sit with some of these guys. These old people don't care. You know what the wives like? Wives like because it's not even so much the words being said. They're listening to the RPMs, the beats. And what happens is they're used to working out. I learned that old white women love Uncle Luke and love that kind of music and working out when I was first got into training. Like for whatever reason, the stock music in training facilities is classic rock. I know all those songs. That's why I was so good at rock because they play the same 10 fucking songs all the time. But one day, one of the ladies came and it was just me. This was a very dignified lady. She was a teacher at UNF. She's like, "Hey, you play something." I went in there and I played like gangster rap, man. Them bitches was selling drugs, moving keys, and moving 45s. They got a better workout, man. Like nobody wants to listen to the devil went down to Georgia the whole time. And yeah, Polo, they got this Jack Daniels song. The black country music singers are dope, man. Audio? Is that it might be you. Anybody else got audio? It might be me. Just realized it. It might be me with the microphone. But anybody like listen to them new black like want Beyonce's album. Like I ain't really worried about that. But they got some other cats like that Buckle Bunny chick. She got some bars. And then there's a black dude that's cold too. I I don't know. Oh, I think it's me. I think it's because where the mic is over here, and I'll be here, and then I'll back up. So we'll go ahead and take the user error. Um, yeah. My bad. All right, the actual spring game. Everybody's asked me, "What is your opinions of the actual spring?" They showed the stats. Shout out to DJ U's dad. He was on the Spaces the other day. I showed the actual play sheet on sporadics. My son actually has possessed the actual play sheet right now. They called 12 plays, people. Like, I'm not saying vanilla. Like, it was legitimately 12 plays. Peter Ward was the offensive coordinator on one side. Travis Minor was the offensive coordinator on the other side. Corey Simon was the defensive coordinator on one side. Um, Tommy Polley was the defensive coordinator on the other side. I don't know if you guys realize this, but none of those guys call plays for a living. Like nobody was dialing anything up. It was literally, I feel like, oh, goody. I'm going to run 6. I'm going to run that. I'm going to run this. Like it's literally like when I looked at it, I'm like, holy shit. Like there's no adjustments. There's not like, all right, we're gonna run this motion this way to do that. No, it was literally this is the play. Like run this play. So it was meant to be able to incorporate more former players, incorporate a family atmosphere, incorporate more things for people to be able to do cool stuff. Like that's really what it was about. And while the coaches just coached and coached guys up, the real things happen during the scrimmages. So like I don't really know what fans were looking for or what they actually wanted, but like it was a good spring game. I've seen DJ. Yes, Grillmaster, but it was Madden. That's what it was. Like, if you really think about it, I think actually, if we're gonna do that, like, take it to a whole nother level. Like, let fans vote for what the next play is gonna be. Like, that'd be crazy. Or the next string of like 4 plays, basically scripting it. But all that being said, right? A lot of critique, a lot of other fan bases were like, ooh, he sucked. But the people who get paid the bills, what did they say about Florida State in the spring game rankings? And my guy, Big Noah, always puts this stuff up. So that's always interesting. But go click on that real quick, Miles, so we can just, see where does FSU fall in relations to everybody else. And Florida State's ranked 11th. Like if they did a new ranking, I think it's 247. Previous ranking was number 18 going into the spring. Mike Norvell is a transfer portal guru and again ensured the Seminoles have one of the ACC's top tier rosters. Equipped with an elite signing class to pair with his portal additions, Norvell showcased his offseason expertise with another talent reload and should be one of the coaches who significantly benefits from playoff expansion. So Florida State went from 18 going into spring for 247, jumped to 11. Let's look at Miami. Miami is at 14. They were 12, but they got jumped by Florida State. Mario Cristobal not done yet in the transfer portal as he continues to bolster what is shaping up to be Miami's best-looking depth chart in years. The addition of several vital pieces up front at the skill spots, including Washington State's quarterback Cam Ward makes the Hurricanes one of the headliners in the ACC this offseason. There's no excuse why Miami shouldn't be challenging for a spot inside the top 15 entering November. Still have to prove it, however. So they went backwards. But it's just like, whatever, man. At the end of the day, games got to get played. So I can see where there's optimism in a lot of schools. But, hey, it's a spring game. Anybody knows, if in the comments, if you remember what I say spring games are like, feel free to add that in the comments, because spring games are kindergarten graduation, which I gotta go to a pre-K graduation on May 10th. No, I won't be here for that. Hopefully lacrosse state championships, but that's saving me from that. And Easter speeches. And you guys all know how I feel about Easter speeches. So I like what we got going. The guys got to get healed up. I believe TJ Ferguson, Malik Benson, Sean Murphy, all those guys had little ouchie boo-boos. They're feeling better. But the real thing that's making everybody upset is that Florida State refuses to be upset. You ever see somebody who's so unapologetically like happy in life?
Most annoying thing ever.
Yeah, so like it really bothers people. Like I think one of the real reasons that women hate Future is because Future doesn't give a fuck. And Florida State ended last season with a bad loss. We got ACC rings. And we took that L. Everybody's argument with FSU is 63-3. 63-3. Teams we beat say, well, at least we didn't get beat by Georgia 63-3, but we beat y'all. Or you lost to Rutgers. Like, that doesn't even, like, in a game that you'll never even be. But the FSU ACC championship rings. The ACC championship is a regular season award. They aren't the 2023 season award, season rings. They were created, they were crafted after that. But like, so the fuck what? Like, why does it bother you if you're not an FSU fan? Well, FSU fan, like, you're not going to wear it. Like, anyways, let's push this, because there's guys who are getting fake mad so that they can get ratings. But it gives content to me. So I'm not overly mad at the guy, because now I have something to talk about. So let's listen to what this pilgrim has to say about FSU's happiness.
Did you see the Florida State rings?
You just can't do that, dude.
You can't do what?
You cannot put unconquered, completely omit a game that happened.
When a team that wins a Power 5 title, goes undefeated, gets a chance to play for a championship, Muse, because the way it's always been done is patently absurd. It's a farce. We had the president of the United States one year award a national championship, and it was just accepted. We got like 5-loss Alabama teams in history claiming titles. Like, who cares? Of course you can. That's the crux of college football. College football's postseason's always been a farce. So if you want to put unconquered on a ring and you were 13-0 and won an ACC championship and had a great season, and then everybody left and your quarterback was hurt and you played a bowl game nobody wanted to play in, you had a bunch of walk-ons and scout teamers go out there and lose by 60, I don't care.
Okay, I thought it was going to be different. But even then, I don't believe anything that he said. Like, he was for Florida State, but I don't believe him. I don't believe he feels that. I feel like he was just, you ever see people who just yell just to yell? Yeah, that wasn't like even good. Like, you're definitely not winning any awards for that, man. Shout out Screw73 tapping in from Vegas, man. I'm with it. I like Vegas for 7 days is too much, but Vegas like for 3 or 4, like, or I should have got off the strip. But like, I don't understand why people care about this, man. Like, one, let's put this in the atmosphere. Unconquered is literally like, we have been saying unconquered even when we were going 7-6. Like, It's unconquered because we represent the Seminole tribe of Florida. They are literally the only Seminole tribe to never be conquered. They never submitted. Like, that's why we say unconquered. Has nothing to do with that. Like who goes around using that phrase? Like, at a certain point, people who are trolling, I want people to step back and say, hey, when is the last time you used unconquered in regular vernacular? I've used undefeated. Like, if it said undefeated, yeah, all right, we're with you. Unconquered, like if it was 13-2, it would say unconquered. It's because it's the logo, it's the slogan. Like, I need people to get, like, you know, before you start trolling, you gotta understand perspective with it. But like, would I have put the 13-1? Shit, probably. We were 13-1. I don't really know what the hell these guys are so upset for. But I don't understand. But I'm not finna be like yelling like he's pro Florida State, but I don't believe he's pro. I'm not saying. I think he just, somebody said, because this happens in media more than you guys know. All right, you have to take a side. I need you to argue this side. Like, none of that was believable. But going on to the next thing, though, everybody's bothered about our rings. Everybody, you say something, it's 63-3. Bro, it's hilarious when I see Miami fans clown the rings as if we wouldn't love to see Miami be able to make a conference championship. They made one, and they scored 3 points too against Clemson. I really think Miami's problem was they got rid of Mark Richt too quick while he was stabilizing things. Portal, I mean, my bad. What is it? Yeah. Portal hyped up. Oh, Portal open, but it's not as hype as what people are trying to say it is. I'm not that one. Josh Pate, if you remember, stated that this is going to be, and a few others, this is going to be the craziest spring part of the transfer portal. It's going to be mad names. Entire teams are going to be gutted. And like, I don't really think so. Like, it's been actually pretty tame. It's actually, you know, a lot of guys are hitting the portal, going back. There's really nothing in this portal that everybody just has to have. And we got a guy Big No, got to hit him with the funk flex. This is one of the greatest rants when he was talking about Tupac, but it fits right here with Josh Pate. But this is how I feel about Josh Pate getting me hyped up about an imaginary boogeyman.
You fucking lie! Nobody wants to tell the truth.
The rant was so great. You got to play it again. Play it again. Like, he was ready to cry.
You fucking lie! Nobody wants to tell the truth.
This is basically, it's the tremble in the voice. You know what? This is a key sign of men. When you're looking like this in recruiting, when you're looking like this in arguments, it's definitely a sign of low T, high E. You need to go hit up Alpha Clinic online. Check it out, baby, because like, you shouldn't be this like, he even here. It's like, he lied. Yeah, you people worship him. Nobody wants to tell the truth. Like, play it again, man. This is awesome. I love this thing.
Tell the truth. You fucking lied. Nobody wants to tell the truth.
Cormani McClain, what is your thoughts on Deion Sanders?
Fucking lie. Nobody wants to tell the truth.
Yo, Nigel Lee Kelly, what happened with you and Mario Cristobal? What happened? Why you did the transfer portal?
Fucking lie.
He is like ready to cry. But there is something that does happen, and you lose track of these things. And if I'm a Miami fan, I am really only upset about one. Oh yeah, shout out to Mr. C. He died last week, a couple weeks ago too. Mr. C, famously known for being one of the guys who discovered the Notorious B.I.G. And also he was a fan of transmissions. He got caught numerous times with transmission prostitutes. up in New York. But there's a nice addition, and I don't know if any of these guys are good. Some of them I think we can help raise our floor. But Miami lost a guy and lost a kid, and I'm willing to bring him on a visit, and I'm willing to go there if I need to help Florida State secure this young man, because I believe in his future. But if you go up there, go back to the thing, Miles, there's you had it, but you erased it. It was a meme with that one, I think. If this kid wants to come to Florida State, I think he's going to be fine. I think we should bring him to Florida State. I mean, Bobby, you can tell me if this young man's in the good. We need to blow this. This deserves to be. This young man deserves to be seen in this picture. Can we blow? Just click on the picture and then just so because I want people to know this kid's got a bright future, man. His mom looks like she's a very good, hardworking mom that cares about her son. Never mind the fact that she got hoop earrings, so that means something too. The way those tights are sitting, I mean, that thing is thangin'. Probably wouldn't want my mom dressed like that on my pictures, but for all of us, that's a 5-star mom. We want to recruit the mom. That's really all we care about. Not really concerned about him. I don't think he can play very well. Not having watched any film, I just think he's entirely too he looks like his mom too much. I need ugly D lineman. And he's a defensive end. So, but if Mike believes in the mom, if Mike believes in him, then I believe we should try to get him. And if she needs some NIL money, I know there's some people in this chat who would not mind donating and paying a bill or two to make sure that the mom is comfortable with the son being at Florida State. So these are the things that you're going to get. This is the most exciting thing in the portal for me outside of what's happening to Deion Polo kid. She probably looks awesome in a sundress. Based on the green, I definitely believe she is solid. Probably.
Why?
She is fine, man.
No, I mean, why did he put his mom?
I don't know. No, he didn't do anything to his mom. These moms is doing this, man. These moms are literally doing this to these boys. It's not this is why I tell you, people, women are not great people. There's absolutely, again, 20 years ago, nobody was wearing them yoga pants like that.
Oh my God.
The hot body, matter of fact, ladies could wear these black hot pants or whatever they would call them. It was a thing, to be okay, that's too much. We need to get you to, there are no rules anymore. And what's cool is, dope. Wear what you want to wear. But ma'am, I am not gay. I'm going to look. And she probably looked like she's going to have 2 Christmas hams in the back if she wears a sundress. You got to know when you're going on a visit, you are literally going into, damn, Polo. Jesus. You're going into a situation where it's nothing but men. You can't tell me, this is comfortable to me. It might be, but you're going, it's what might be comfortable? Let me try to think. An elk or a deer, it might be comfortable in their skin, but they ain't going to just go run into a lion's den and not expect the lions to try to take a bite. Only women do this shit. I don't understand this. I don't understand it. That when you put that on, this is gonna slay. And you got all these over testosterone men, you want. It's a control thing. I'm gonna wear this and turn heads, and they're not going to be able to say anything to me because they should be controlling themselves. Don't worry about what I dress, how I dress. Be less grapey. While you're tempting everybody in there to want to grope and grab you. Over there, the first thing that comes, you walk by, and the first thing that everybody hears is Charlie Wilson's "Can I Get to the Yam" song. But again, it's not just moms on recruiting trips. It's Moms in football, they do this with football coach. I told y'all the story. Oh man, I gotta go back. I gotta stop this. I got the craziest fucking story in the world that I meant to tell y'all with housekeeping. But I'm gonna say this first. Lito Shepherd, right? Lito Shepherd played for the University of Florida, cornerback, really good cornerback. Lito Shepherd had a son. Son's a senior. His name's Taz. Didn't know what Taz's real name was. Just know we all called him Taz. Didn't need to learn the name. He was going to be one of my backup running backs. He was going to be my number 2 before one of my favorite running backs, Westcott, transferred him. Taz isn't there. Taz was at track or something. I knew Tion's dad, my running back. And I'm sitting there, and I don't have on, I got my Mandarin shorts on. I ain't got no draws. Just hanging out, free balling because they feel great. Great wind, too. And I got my leg hiked up. I'm chilling. I'm sitting in the back corner, and I see, the first person to come over there is a woman. She got good breasts, flat stomach, and then she got the kaleidoscope tights on. I call them the kaleidoscope tights because they got all kind of patterns on them. And when you're thick and they turn around and you're watching them walk away, you get hypnotized. You don't want to look, but you can't help but look because you're hypnotized. And she's walking over here to me, and I'm like, hey, man, I don't know who this person is, but she should not be coming over here. I know who my running backs are. I ain't got a mama that look like that. And they keep walking, and she comes over there, and she's talking, and not one of the men, long story short, she could have convinced, like I told them, she was so fine that now Taz was 120 pounds, like 5'8", 120, maybe 140. I said he was going to be my power running back. He was going to be third and short. I was going to pull Deion out, my good running back, and put Taz in, said, win one for the Gipper, son. Like, it was just, again, she knew she shouldn't have been wearing that because she knows what she looked like, man. And she's the one who I think had two Lito. If y'all ever heard the story about Lito Shepherd and Jabbar Gaffney, like if you haven't, it's a phenomenal story. It's great. That's the same. They had the same girl, same team. They were high school teammates at Florida. And Jabbar tried to put sugar in that man's tank. But I understand. I would never do it, but I understand. She that bad, dog. She is that fine. Like, again, I thought like they had just like broke up or something, but like they dated in high school. And like my man Jabbar, like, when somebody's hurt, when a man's hurt, he goes to social media and like just really pours his soul out. And I was like, damn, my man is in pain, like that song, like couldn't be me. Could not be me. But anyways, that being said, we could actually, I'll tell my story later. We'll do that on Friday after my grandma settled, but that's a wild story. But keeping going on with the portal, I'm going down to the next thing, Miles. We'll keep it on the sports stuff because we got a lot of catching up to do because my life is stranger than fiction. But Colorado is the portal giveth and the portal taketh away. I don't know what the fuck is going on up there. But, when Deion came in there, he got made famous because he went in there, he had the meeting, right? He told all of them that he's bringing his own Louis luggage. And, he was very, very braggadocious about what he brought in. He brought in so many players that, it didn't even make sense. Like, he literally brought in almost 50 to 60 new players to Colorado football in his first season. Let me make sure I'm telling you accurately. He had the number 1 transfer portal ranking, the 30th composite. He brought in I'm wrong. I apologize. He did not bring in 50 something. Deion brought in 72. 21 high school enrollees, 51 transfers, 72. I don't, man, because a lot of people say it's not his team. He's got to get. You guys don't have to defend everything he does. You can't critique him. 85% of the roster Deion Sanders brought in last season. Just for those who didn't know, I think we did a talk. 8 of the 10 offensive linemen on his 2 deep were transfers. And he said that the offensive line sucked and they got to address it in the transfer portal. Well, right now, so a lot of people hit the transfer portal. A lot of the transfers hit the transfer portal. That his Louis luggage is getting repoed. He brought in 5 high school signings. No, I'm lying. He brought in 11, excuse me. And he brought in 20. So far today, he's brought in 29 more transfers. And he's still looking for more. But Deion and just the way he's addressed the transfer portal and a lot of the stuff is just very interesting. So we'll go through it. It'll kind of be all over the place. It's not congruent, but there's just a lot of shit that's been happening since the last time we had our show. So just click on one of those and we'll go from there, Miles. So everybody's telling Deion what's going on with the portal. And this was his statement. I believe it was last week. I'm not liking the gray beard with Prime. Like, I think he should go back to how he was, but, you know.
I kind of like it.
I mean, it just looks a little too, you know what? I don't want him to be old yet. And it does make him look old and wiser, but that's just me. Because, again, I don't fuck with Deion. It doesn't mean I don't like Deion. Like, Deion Prime, I like that primetime shenanigans, and I want him to be successful. But, Deion, what are your thoughts on the guys who left you as of last week?
You're losing some guys to the portal. What are you looking forward to reestablish? What position groups are you hunting in the transfer portal?
I wish you guys do a little more homework when you start talking about the portal and understand what we're losing. What are we losing? I got time today. What are we losing?
Potential starters and
Potential.
depth.
Where?
Tight end, running back.
You haven't been watching practice, huh? Amen. We're good. We're good. I trust the recruiting team. I trust our coaches. And please have some faith in me. We're good. We all right.
All right. Who
We
we
all
losing?
right.
One.
What happens with the portal, man, and you guys need to know, a lot of people are fighting for backups. When a guy's a starter and he transfers, you got to really think about that. I mean, is he really that? I don't know how many starters have really transferred around the country. I think we got some coming in from visits pretty soon, maybe even this weekend. But we can attract those type of players, but I don't think we're losing those type of players.
Yeah, the contradictory tone. Like, how many starters are transferring? Like, those guys basically, and this is not a Colorado thing. This is an everybody thing for the most part. Your guys leave bad. Transfers from other schools come in good. Like, we fail to apply the same logic to every aspect of life. And this is why America is no longer becoming like one of the great countries like that, because we accountability is like carrots and other vegetables. We don't want it to children. We don't want to eat that shit. Like, but he's got a plan. Fine. You know what? That's his word. Now, again, I'm not putting no words in his mouth. That's what Deion said. What are we losing? Blah, 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 going forward. All right. So going to the next thing. But my boy Amp Wig, a lot of people had a lot of things to say about those things. We'll go back to that. Like, come back to that one later. Go one more over that one. Yeah. So one of the kids that left was Colorado running back Alton McCaskill. He went and said this, man. He was not very happy or pleased. He said, if my son's not running back one, we got to go. He was ready last year. He's 100% ready this year. Unfortunately, I have to find another home where there's no favoritism and he's valued, appreciated, and he has no doubts about RB1. He is the best running back in Colorado, but he is not settling. That is what he said. We going. Thank you, Colorado, for your hospitality. That's what he said. His dad posted that, then deleted it. Now go to the one to the right, Miles. So what Alto said for himself, though, the only person that has any input or influence on my decision is with my decision is me. My apologies. Some opinions were voiced that may leave people appalled. Please do not let that be a reflection on my character and the integrity of my career. I'll say that because we're about to go to another kid, and taking the high road is always the best road. And you know, he's taking the high road. We'll see why you have to take that road, because you don't want to do this. So we'll play that the first one that you just clicked, Miles. Yeah, we'll play this one first. Because who am I losing? That's what he said last week. But now then this week happens, and Cormani McClain entered the portal, which a lot of people anticipated and said was going to happen. So let's listen to Deion Sanders' thoughts on Cormani McClain on Denver Buffs Live.
I wanted to ask you about Cormani, Coach. He obviously entered the portal. Just, is there anything that you could share about the situation?
Yeah. I'm always in prayer for our young men, and I want the best for them. And I pray to God that he goes to a program that challenges him as well as hold him accountable and develop him as a young man. Unfortunately, we weren't the program that can accomplish that. So prayerfully that he understands that this is the second go round and go get it, man, because he has a tremendous amount of talent, but he has to want it.
I wanted to ask you about
And,
Cormani,
he asked
Coach.
one, he puts it on him. But it's a thing that's going around where a lot of people are just saying, I don't want to be around all the theatrics. So let's listen to what Cormani McClain has to say. And I wish I was in one of the people in his corner. I would have probably said there's a better way to say this. But, the truth is not always welcomed with the youth when you're trying to get to a position. You got to know when to say and when not to say. But let's listen to Cormani and on what he has to say.
Change the narrative of everyone's thinking on my name. Be a part of a real and a great program that's going to impact me at my best ability. And ready to get to a new place and get to work. Yeah, I feel like I just don't want to play for clicks. I actually want to be involved with a great leading program that's going to develop players. With that being said, that'll wrap up all the questions asked from you guys. Change the narrative of everyone's thinking on my name. Be a part of a real and a great program that's going to impact me at my best ability. And ready to get to a new place and get to work. Yeah, I feel like I just don't want to play for the clicks. I actually want to be involved with a great leading program that's going to develop players. With that being said,
and it was clean shade. And the problem is, all he had to do was just say it wasn't working out for me here, and I would like to go somewhere else. I don't like now, and then since then, Cormani McClain has been basically collectively like they are literally blocking this kid. And people are shitting on this young man, like who didn't get a DUI, didn't fail a drug test, didn't do other stuff. And I mean, they collectively remember, this is the one they had the spaces about, Miles. That's the one they had the spaces about. Yeah. So it's a lot to have a camera on every aspect of your life. It's a lot and then a lot of coaches are jumping in and saying, this is what really fucked me up. His high school coach, one of his high school coaches came, and the negative is always going to sell a lot more than the positive. I'm going to read two statements from two high school coaches on the same staff. This is what the one said. I don't know what to say. I don't want to say I was necessarily surprised. Keith Barfield, McClain's high school coach for 2020 and 2021. That was a lot of work that I had to do getting him to start doing the right thing. He's a kid that grew up and always got away with things because of how good an athlete he was. Some things we did were the first step of taking steps toward it and kind of warning him about it. Florida kids are going to stretch your limit. They're always going to fall to the floor of your standards. Whatever the floor is, they're going to fall to it. That's why I like Deion for Cormani, because I knew Deion wouldn't kiss his butt. Holy, you Keith Barfield, you a hoe. Even if that's how you truly felt. I would never fucking say that on wax about a kid. Like, this young man still has every like this young man didn't do anything but not want to be involved in all of that charades and circus. Here's what another coach had to say. Coach Peterson. If you want to see it from his own words, at DAUNCA Peterson, Donta Peterson. I keep seeing news about Cormani McClain. I keep seeing the word accountable attached to it. I also see people mention how he's missed meetings and or classes. Who in NCAA football has never missed or been late to a meeting? The difference is, if it did happen, the entire nation didn't know about it. I was once told as a coach, you either coach it or you allow it to happen. So do we hold the coaches accountable for allowing it and it not being public news? I coached him from his freshman year to his junior year, so 3 years. At wide receiver, he never missed a meeting. And he had pretty damn good grades. At the end of the day, he's a kid. Coach him up and help him. I see a lot of adults bashing him and blaming him for being a kid. He didn't get arrested. He didn't fail a drug test. He didn't put his hands on a female. We're talking about a missed meetings and how bad a kid he is. This is why we coach, ain't it? To help, so help. Like, it is asinine what people are doing. I mean, you know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. If you missed the meeting, then you didn't punish him enough. I mean, let me tell you about a meeting. I don't know if I've ever told this story. University of Miami, we fly to that game. I was 1 fucking minute late to the pregame. I thought I slid in. I thought I snuck in. You know, I'm the freshman thinking I'm done. I'm thinking I'm slick. Like, I know all the tricks. I got my plate. I'm good, man. Because it was a 12 o'clock kick. See, then noon kick, wasn't as many channels. So noon was a primetime game. So we were happy to be on that shit. Playing Miami, 0-2. Matter of fact, I broke my red shirt that game. It was breakfast pregame. I love grits. I love eggs. I love bacon. I can eat breakfast pregame. I can eat biscuits, grits, and eggs every day. I got my biscuit. I got a good thing of grits, and I got the right amount of cheese, the salt, the pepper. I'm telling you, man, my plate was immaculate. I was ready to eat. I had put my fork into, like, because the grits was thicker than Luke dancers. I put my fork into the grits, and I was about to put it in my mouth, and Billy Sexton, my coach, came over, and he tapped me on my shoulder, and he rubbed it, and he said, I know you were late. That's okay. When we get back, you got 10 stadiums. They tapped me on my shoulder and then walked smooth off. I couldn't eat. I lost my appetite. 85 steps to glory. If you go to Doak and got to look at the other side because the one side is demolished. They demolished. You know what? Everybody's mad. I'm so glad they demolished that stadium because that's where we ran the stadiums. On that side, I'm so grateful that it's no longer there. You run all the way up to the top, and they got and then they got a reason. The reason why you're running is up there. Like, you see a picture, or they'll be like, show your ass up the time on meetings, like stuff like that. And you tap it, and it's not going up. That's the problem. It's the coming down because the steps get so wide. So when you're going up, you can bound. You can, like, jump. When you're coming down, all your weight comes down with each step. Yeah, and you got to hit every step. And they're not telling you, oh, no, that's cool. Take your time coming down. Hurry your ass up so you can run again. I had 10 of them bitches. Dog, my legs shook so hard. I only could do 6. I couldn't do 10. I said, bitch, you're going to have to fucking fight me. I said, coach, you're going to have to square up right now, and you got to get, hey, I couldn't move. So I was going to be sitting there just going toe to toe. Couldn't, because my legs said no. Like, you ever seen when Hulk fought Thanos and he was trying to get Hulk to come back out? And Hulk said, no. That is what my legs screamed, no. I tell you this story to tell you, guess what? I was never again. I never showed up late to another thing in my life again. Not football related. In fact, during camp, so I didn't accidentally oversleep, I'd wake up and get into the meeting room an hour early and just lay down in the meeting room. At least I'm there. You can wake me up and then I'll go to my seat, but what I'm not going to be is I'm not going to be late. My man said you either coaching it or you allowing it. So when the kid leaves, now all of a sudden you want to pray for him and think Jesus is going to fix the situation? Apparently that kid didn't fear you. And not necessarily fear, he didn't respect you enough. And they talk about Florida kids. One thing we all do is we all have a coach. No matter, actually, it doesn't even matter who you are. It doesn't matter how bad an ass you are. There is somebody in your life that you have listened to. In the prison system, there's known killers and crazy people. And even the craziest of the crazy people have somebody that they say, "Nah, I can't fuck with him. He's crazy." Y'all definitely encouraging it, Bobby. I can tell you that much. Bobby says, "Are we coaching or allowing you to be late to streams?" Y'all are definitely encouraging it. Now, because your ass is going to show up. So, like, if you wasn't showing up, then I would be like, damn. Like, but, you know, at the end of the day, I also say there's no such thing as cancel culture. You have to be good. You know there's some good information coming. You know you're going to get there eventually. We just not there yet. Oh, yes. Fell up and fell down. Threw up. Like, Bobby Bowden used to have this saying, the kids haven't changed, it's the parents. Like, the kids doing the same shit that all of us tried to do, is get away with some stuff. But y'all keep letting them get away with it because it's all about, not all about, but, you know, anyways, whatever. So Colorado's still doing their thing. Cormani McClain is leaving. You know, to this day, let me tell you about the reverence that I have for my position coach. That man had a stroke, had a massive stroke, like almost died. Actually, I got to follow up. A year ago, we did a function to raise money for his family during the spring game. So yeah, it was damn near a year to the, year, not last weekend, but the previous weekend. It was a year to that date. And I still respect him. I still respect his wife. I still respect, even with Bobby. Bobby, I didn't agree with some of Bobby's political stances. But everybody's like, oh, how could you like this guy? Bobby Bowden saved my life. Billy Sexton saved my life. If it wasn't for those men, I wouldn't be who I am right now. And I hope that the kids that I encounter, I coach, just like the one coach said, I don't have kids late to my meetings. I joke around with them all the time. I can be late. Practice starts when I get there. You want to get to where I'm at. It is a difference. Your ass better show up or you're going to have to deal with me. I tell them where the play go. If you have success, then I'm not going to yell at you. But if you don't do what the fuck I told you to do, then we're going to have an issue. I found that if the kid has a respect or fears what you're going to say more than anything on that football field, you got a great relationship. You're going to have results. So they don't accept failure because they know they're going to hear it from you. And I think that's something that's lost on a lot of adults, and they don't want to do that because, you know what? That requires a little bit of energy. Oh, shit. Ticket time. I forgot about that. Let me see if I can log in. But I'm going to the next thing. There's a lot of Colorado clips, man. Yeah, we watched that one already. Now we'll get to that one in a little bit. Another kid losing, another kid leaving. Now, this is one of his Louis luggages. Kid followed him from Jackson State. Colorado running back, Sivion Wilkerson. And Miles put this up there. He's decided to leave. He followed Deion Sanders from Jackson State, where he rushed for 1,167 yards and 9 touchdowns in 2022. That is one of 3 running backs, I believe, that have left. Go to the next one. I think he also lost one of the running backs that's like his son. And maybe it's in this one. We'll go down, Miles. No. The big no one, like the one you were at, to the left. Yep. And then scroll down. So this kid right here, Dylan Edwards, expected to hit the transfer portal. The class of 2023 4-star recruit, was one of the stars of the Buffalo's season opening win over TCU last year. He had 4 touchdowns. Click on show more so I can read that with him. He had 4 touchdowns in that game. This is one of the guys that Deion considered like a son. So what is the excuse for this one? This is one that you openly said that you've basically raised. This is one of yours. And even one of yours is leaving because I'm just saying at a certain point, do we keep blaming the kids or do we kind of just say, hey, man, maybe we're fucking up? Or maybe they're not and it's a part of their purpose and they missed. And now, you know, instead of the fan base jumping on the kids, maybe we start saying, hey, man, what's really going on here? But Big Noel kind of summed it up real quick. So go I push out of that so we can hear again. It's when you talk too much, right? When you talk too much, you don't remember what you said. And then you end up saying things like this. So like Deion, what is your thoughts on Prime just learned in real time from reporters that a kid is transferring? He had no idea.
Are we losing?
Potential starters and
Potential.
depth.
Where?
Tight end, running back.
That's funny. That's a hell of a clip right there. But like that's like me losing Trey. Like my son's on my I-9 team, and I find out that he's transferring from my I-9 team, like to go play for somebody else. Like at a certain point, I gotta be like, all right, man, Dad got to do a better job. Dad got to do something. Dad got to do something. So, I mean, shout out to Matt. Appreciate you, sir. Matt did the jambalaya again, phenomenal jambalaya. Hopefully we get a chance to link up some more during football season. I will say this, Deion says a lot. Deion has come out and said that it's a lie. Maybe the dad got mad when he said that Shiloh, Travis Hunter, and Shadur could only play for these teams. But Deion said that didn't happen. So go click on I think it's the Rami Bean one. But maybe it's that one. Click that. No. Yeah, that one right there. So she said she asked Deion Sanders about the 6 teams that he said that his sons could actually they left Shiloh out of it because we all know Shiloh's not his favorite son. He doesn't like Shiloh. Like you can't lie. Deion, I get it, but you don't like Shiloh. And push play.
Everybody's saying, right? You're only letting Shador and Travis go to 6 teams. Isn't this true? Can we get some insight?
Yo, her voice is
Who
wow.
said that, and did you see me say that?
Well, that's why I wanted to ask you because, I don't know who's saying
One
this.
thing about a lie is so fast. It can outrun the truth any day. That's a bold-faced lie. That's a stupid lie. I have more than 6 owners that are friends. I have more than 6 GMs that are friends. You got to understand, I played 14. And I worked another 17, I believe, in the NFL Network, and so CBS. I know a lot of people. Come on. So I would never do that. Before I would disclose, if I was that stupid, I wouldn't disclose the teams I would want them to play for. I would disclose the several that I wouldn't. Yeah, that's stupid. That's stupidity. I would never do that.
Everybody's saying, right?
I mean, I don't care if he has that kind of power to do that, but I damn, did I not? Does that all? We don't have the real. Hold on, man. But here's the real kicker. I thought I sent that to you too, Miles. I guess I didn't. But like, they've got this guy came out and this big dude. I think Polo Kid or Young Simba. Somebody said, James, you're gonna tell the dude who told the big back lie. I thought that was funny. Damn, I gotta find this thing, Miles. Brother just really came out and said, like, I mean, he went at everybody who is leaving Colorado. Shit. I hate when I don't get these things right. But I woke up to it. The guy was talking about the competition that's at Colorado. And you see Shadur, I don't think I see Travis Hunter do it yet. But you see the guys posting things about, oh yeah, people leaving here, they're afraid of competition. And again, it comes down to why is it when people leave you, it's all of a sudden they're afraid of competition? Like, but when you're going out here and bringing these guys in, they weren't leaving competition. They weren't fleeing. They were doing the right thing. Again, it's the lack of consistency that's and accountability that's really dude, Colorado DB Cameron Selman Craig, everybody can't play for Colorado is what he said. Like, we're talking about Colorado here. They won 4 fucking games. Like, I'm saying though, like, let's be for real with this shit, man. They won 4 games. It's not like you're like, yeah, here it is. I'm just gonna play the audio, Miles. I'll send it to you, but I'm gonna play the audio so that no, I want to see the mannerisms. I don't like that. Like I said, I did that with Tramel. I don't want anything to get lost in context. Y'all can watch it with me as I'm watching it live. Y'all can critique me on what I say. I just emailed it to you, Miles. So like, I want to make sure because, I don't want to get this wrong. Like, you probably got to refresh it. Yeah, Miles, check your see if it, because I sent it from my social media. See if it maybe it's in like the promotions or the socials. Yeah. All right. So yeah, this is Uncle Neely. He's an insider. And again, I just told y'all one of the kids is like a son. He's like, why did Dylan Edwards and Savion Wilkerson enter the transfer portal? I could see a little bit of Cube in him. He looked like he could be a West Coast cat. Let's talk about this. Let's listen.
They were not at practice today. They were not in the building today. I think that this is one of those things, man, that you just have to look at the chronological order of how things happen. And I think it's just a red flag to college football out there. There are some people that do not want to compete. It is no coincidence to me that when Coach Prime announced that Charlie Offerdahl was going to be a number 2, and then we sign a running back from Ohio State, 2 guys leave. Yeah. This is not the environment where you're going to be guaranteed anything. Alton McCaskill, his own statement when he left, he wants to be the one somewhere. And if he's not going to be the one, he's not going. We don't negotiate like that. The best players are going to see the field. If you don't feel you can compete and become the best player, we wish you well in your future opportunities. Dylan Edwards, great guy, very talented, had much success week 1 last year at TCU. Wish him the best wherever he lands. But it just seems chronological order-wise that he left camp because someone was coming in. A lot of the questions, just keep it 100. These guys transfer for a better opportunity. Yep. And I can't knock you wanting a better opportunity. But I don't know what better opportunity than you have than when you're on a team with Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, and you're still getting featured in the playbook. Yep. Like, I can't make sense of it where you think you're going to go and you're going to get more than that. Then I look at the chronological order. Charlie goes up to firm 2. We sign a running back. He leaves. It just sends a message to me, you don't want to compete. Same thing with Savion. This running back room is always operated by committee and everybody eats. But they chose to leave. I don't know a person on God's green earth that has been gifted with the level of discernment and forecasting that Coach Prime has. None of this stuff catches him off guard. There's a great read of body language and attitude. And, Coach and I talked last night, and I tell you something I said to him and he amened it. I'd rather find out mid-April than mid-September. Because a guy who will check out for an opportunity now will check out for an opportunity in October. We got to keep in mind, though, Mike has been running that ball.
Yep.
Guys are good. You guys are good, man. I'm just telling you, man. I would. That church is something. That church got to be something, boy. Like, that's a hell of a church, boy. Y'all is drinking the Kool-Aid, man. Listen, dog, you got to be all in, but at a certain point, like, and he's not even a coach. It's an insider. He's just a person. No, that's not what the thing said. Push your soul on the quote tweet so the people on this can see. Like, not quote tweet, but like just push it to the original tweet.
We're not at practice today.
Hear from insider Uncle Neely. Let me just check. Yeah, Uncle Neely is a guy who has a pregame show with him. Like, Your favorite uncle's favorite uncle, host of the pregame show, HBCU alumni. He's a Kappa. He's a noob. The pregame show, the number one source for in-depth Coach Prime Deion Sanders content, taking you inside the game before the game begins, hosted by Uncle Neely. So he's one of the guys who does a lot of stuff for him. He is the media presence of Prime, basically. I mean, yeah, definitely could be. I mean, he looks good. What's funny is that, again, it's just the lack of consistency in the arguments. I'm talking chronologically. To use his statement, I'm talking chronologically. Chronologically, what it looks like is a dude ducked competition in Ohio State and came to Colorado. And the guy that you brought in that's supposed to be like your son that did very, very well, chronologically speaking, you brought in somebody over him. Chronologically speaking, your ass better chronologically be number 1 or number 2 in the fucking Big 12, or people gonna really start coming at you with pitchforks. I really need you to win, dog. Miles, if you do a fucking short on him, I need you to put this in there. I really need you to win, man, because you are really setting the tone up. Like when I'm reading what Shadur's posting, when I'm reading what Shiloh, reading what that DB, reading what Uncle Nearest is saying, reading what all these other people are saying, man, y'all are really doing the most, man, for a team you got way more hype than what's necessary for a 4-8 team. That being said, I know what I said. I don't think Deion will be there next year, right? I am praying that he does it, that he stays. I want to be wrong about that. I really hope I'm going to be wrong about that statement. Yeah, because it's gonna Deion's going to be fine. Deion is a master spinner. But Uncle Nearest, this guy, chronologically speaking, everybody else that's really out here riding you riding it better than let me make sure you riding it better than Pinky back in her prime. Definitely. Things is busting out. I'm sorry. I mean, like y'all just gonna have a lot of stuff that you got to clean up, man. And the pressure is because I think he's had success bringing everything on. But at the end of the day, I'm just bro, y'all, I don't think that this isn't the move, dog. So I can't call it, man. Damn, man. I want you to win, bro, because I like black coaches winning, but I just don't see how you can I didn't count 72. They had 72 guys they brought in last year. Legitimately. You can't keep. Now y'all bringing up something different. They naming a whole so y'all saying he not riding. Y'all say he's siphoning Deion off. They bringing up because they bringing up Superhead and Mia Khalifa, and I've never seen them ride, but I've seen them siphon stuff. That damn Superhead was it Mr. Marcus? Yeah, Superhead's the truth. I seen that video. That was mad. She looked like a snake. She She cocked the head back and just, and then the way I'm like, yo, ma'am. That was the original thing. She had a son too. Like, yeah, man, that's tough, man. Like, again, I just be telling, like, I'm here for the women and enlightenment and all that shit, but like some of the stuff, babies, like y'all, man, your sons better be able to fucking fight because y'all be putting them in precarious situations. But anyway, shout out to Prime. Hope y'all have a great season. I don't know how, but it's looking very interesting, to say the least. But yeah, because that one was a bit much, man. But going on to what we got here. Yep, capitalism. We talked about this shit before. Man, go back to that. This is how quick, not go to Deion had a video. It was a video. Shit. Damn it. Maybe you gotta pull up all the Prime stuff. It was a good one too. Nah. Damn. So I want y'all to see how things change over the years. This was when Tag was coaching. So we're talking about 7 years ago. Maybe 6. But yeah, because it's amazing how time flies. Again, COVID really fucked everything up for me. But this is right here. This is a video of how quick things change for Deion. As Boucher right there looking svelte in that picture. And Boucher is Corey Fuller, for those who don't know. But here is Prime, talking just again. So it's all video. It's not me putting words in his mouth. Remember, Deion says he's not alumni, but this is what he had to say some years ago.
Hey, once you get this whole cage right here grown, hey, once you get right here grown, you better have your mind right, boy. No. Grown, once you ain't ready to come out that gate. That's why I told him to lock it. I told him to lock it because you ain't ready to come out that gate. You ain't earned it. You can't just walk out this gate, boy. What's wrong with you?
That should do.
You ain't earned it. Can't just walk out this gate. Fuller, can they just walk out this gate? Huh? Can they just walk out this gate?
It's a lot of strife and pain that goes to get you ready.
Rio, can they just walk out this gate? Rio, can they just walk out this gate? The Bible says, many are called, but few are chosen. And you can walk around and be a fan. Walk around and be a fan. But you got to come through here. You got to be a man to come through this gate.
Now listen, hold on, man. I want to go again. This is the best recruiting tool we have for Florida State. Let's go back. I mean, this is not AI. I don't know how to use AI. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. But if you can go back, just go to about right there, I think. No, scroll back a little bit. Push. Let's go. Let's push.
Rio, can they just walk out this gate? Rio,
just walk out that gate, Mario.
Rio, can they just walk out this gate? The Bible says, many are called, but few are chosen. And you can walk around and be a fan. Walk around and be a fan. But you got to come through here. You got to be a man to come through this gate.
You got to be a man to play at Florida State. You can walk around there and not be a fan. But to go through that gate, you got to be a man. That is Deion Sanders. That's not James Coleman.
He's good at what he does.
Deion Sanders said that. I'm testify church, tabernacle, pulpit. Doors of the church are open. Give some offering. Again, so this is a man who, okay, let's just go through the last, so this is Mike's 5th year. So let's go, that was 6 years, 6, 7, let's go 7 years ago, right? So that's 7 years ago. We're in 2024, so 4 years ago would have been 2020, and that was when Deion went to Jackson State in 2020. So let's say Tag was there, it was 2018, 20. So let's say that's 2018. 2020, he was preaching and using Bible scriptures to say, many are called, few are chosen. You gotta want to come, like you gotta be a man to go through that gate in 2028. 2018, he was saying that. 2020, Jesus told him to go to Jackson, Mississippi. Now, why would I leave all of this here in Texas and my 50 acres and a mule unless God told me to come there? And God told him to go to the blackest place in America. And God told him to go to the whitest place in America 2 years after that. Or 3 years after that. Yeah, 3 years after that. Like, God telling him a lot of shit. The Bible says that God can talk to you, but the devil can as well. Mandy says she was acting like a scared. That did look like a scared straight episode. Many are called, few are chosen. Now you can go walk around them stands, get in them stands and be a fan, but you got to be a man. I'm say that. I'm gonna play that to trade. Play that to my son. Like, don't be thinking you could just get here, bitch, because of my name. You got to be a man. Man, oof. Might wake up to that. I thought, Mike, what is your standard? That was Mike's thing, but man, Mike need to play that to people. Like, anytime I'm thinking about Colorado coach, well, that's what your coach said about Florida State. He went from all of that to like, I am an alumni of you got to be a man. He didn't say you got to be a man to go to where he graduated from. He said you got to be a man to come through them gates. Man, that's got chills when I was hearing him talk about that. Like, he damn sure ain't talked to us like that when he was there. Snoop the Menace, but what's the click on it again, Miles, so I can see. Big Stepper. What's my man's Twitter handle? Carlos at Carlos Rich 1. Go to at Carlos Rich 1. That's in his thing. I'm probably gonna retweet it again though today because you got play that again.
Rio, can they just walk out this gate? Rio, can they just walk out this gate? The Bible says many are called, but few are chosen. And you can walk around and be a fan. Walk around and be a fan. But you got to come through here. You got to be a man to come through this gate. Hey, once you get in this holding cage right here, grown. Can they just walk out this gate?
Can't just walk out that gate.
Rio, can they just walk out this gate? Rio, can they just walk out this gate? The Bible says many are called, but few are chosen. You can walk around and be a fan. Walk around and be a fan.
You got to be a man.
Come through here. You got to be a man to come through this gate.
I wonder like how. I wonder if I could just start. So they're about to show. So I like that. I want to hear about this. I'm gonna start saying that. Like, next time I go to Tallahassee, I gotta remember you can't just walk out that gate. I'm gonna bring Trey. Like when Trey go to Mike Norvell football camp when we do our tour of the facility. I'm gonna put my hand on. But hey, man, hold up, dog. You can't just walk out that gate. Many are called, few are chosen, son. You got to be a man to walk out that gate. It's like, I don't watch much TV, but I love this. Like, but I'm starting to I watch X-Men. You gotta watch. It's heavy though. Fuck up your day. Like, but like, I mean, it's not bad. It's just really good. But like, you ever know, like, when people say this is woke garbage, like, they never said that about X-Men. No, but what I'm saying is the things that they will say, like, isn't bad. It's like not even subliminal. You have to reach. Ain't no fucking reaching the X-Men, dog. They are literally painting it where, like, you got to be 2 times better than somebody when you're a mutant. I'm a mutant. I'm a man. I like things like you do. I don't mean you no harm. All they need to do is put the little black boy from COVID. My people don't want no trouble. We've had enough struggle. But I'm saying all that to say is, like, I watch TV every night. When I was watching Spartacus, they're about to do a new one. They talk so funny that it makes you be like, man, I wonder if or Game of Thrones, if I just started talking about that, like in Spartacus, they'd be like, Jupiter's cock. The day is so rancid. Why don't you just bend me over, spread cheek, and ram me ravishly? Like, I'm like, man, this sounds like they're going like over the top, but it's like, yo, that's kind of funny to talk. Is that like, because I had to ask Pat Carter, because like, is that how he talk all the time? Because like that wears on you after a while. But like, what if I just started speaking like a black minister, like every time I talk? Like, is that like cool? Like, would that not like, you got to come out here and you got to give 100% every fucking time. Jesus did not make you to be average. He made you to be great. And here in Colorado, we are here to be great. Bump our record. We will be great in mind. We will be great in everything.
I think this actually kind of works. Inspire the people going.
Like
to work
I'm saying, like, if you're gonna go, like, it sounds like June Jones, like Jim, not June Jones, Jim Jones, like all this other stuff. Like he sound like you're pumped to do nothing, and he's got everybody else hypnotized. So like when you're one of the 4 who see through this bullshit, I'm saying it's more than that, but I'm just saying like when you're one of the ones who are just like, all right, man, it's something fishy in here, man. Like they get mad at you. They get mad at you for saying fish smell fishy.
And snake oil, but I mean, it still works for certain purposes. He's great at marketing.
He is phenomenal. That's all it is. I'm like, dog, you are always on marketing mode.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, but kudos to them. And I really wanted to work in Colorado. I don't think it will, but I really do want it to work because I don't think. Now I do think Travis Hunter is very good, better wide receiver than a DB. Undersized, 175. But that man's legit at like he's good. Shadur, I just think they're trying to make us want Shadur. Shadur is a worse version of JJ McCarthy. Like they're trying to make us like JJ McCarthy, but we saw film. We know he's not any good. But anyways, man, like I don't really know. Like that's hilarious. But I'm gonna end this show, guys. Again, for my if Miles, we can go back to the housekeeping thing, seeing as and then click over that eye. Yeah, that one. Yeah, put that back up there again because I want to show the people. Like, let me see here. Click over the eye. We have 254. God damn, Jesus, like 250 plus. So that's 278 on Twitter right now. I would like you guys to come join us here on the YouTube so that you can comment. I'm cool with you watching it on Twitter, but just like open the fucking YouTube app and go to Den Media Group too. Just to click the like button and come back. And then fade to black. But what happens is when you go and you subscribe to Den Media Group, in fact, I don't even need women. I do need all 278 of you guys. But if y'all will all go just click the subscribe button, we will get that much closer to 6,000. And once we get to 6,000, we give away $500. We'll give away to anybody watching the show. If you're a member, we'll do a $100 member giveaway. And the amount of likes on the show, we'll do a giveaway for that. Then once we get to 7,000, 500, 200 likes. 500, 300 likes. Then we give away 1,000 once we get to 10,000. All of those stuff. So I'm trying to get you guys the bread. So please come over, consider coming over and joining Den Media Group. We are about 371 away from what our goal is. So I would appreciate you guys doing that. But leaving you with this last thing. If you go down, go to the Day Show, Miles, and just go to, because we're going to wrap it up. This is what it's like being a part of Den Media Group, especially when it comes to my guys. This is what makes me a different coach. This is why I did the TRL Jones interview, when I did with Double Fries No Slaw, when I did my own, and then TRL learned a valuable lesson. Stop talking so fucking much to people, even though I don't think Zach did anything wrong. I think it was a great interview on Zach. I think TRL just talked too fucking much. And we're going to fix that. We're going to get them better training. But this is basically me with any of my friends, any of my members, anybody who supports me. So I just want y'all guys to embrace this mindset. If more people were like this, the world would actually be a utopia. But most of y'all are not. So push play on that.
Sir, if I call you Miami, I walk through heaven. I will punch God just to get to you. If I call you my friend, I'll walk through hell and I'll slap the devil for you.
That's it. That's basically the whole Did Media Group mindset. So appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. Please consider liking the channel, subscribing to the channel, becoming a member. Check us out Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, 9:30-ish. We will have a show Friday. We might have to do another show on Saturday to make sure we get back to our 3 a week. We will have some more interviews and some more things that'll be popping up. So outside of that, man, appreciate you guys for chopping it up with me. We will see you guys next time.